VigilanteWilliamson here, super late. Work went late. Then set up. I'm still setting this shit up. That's what happens. Anytime I gotta stop jinxing myself. When I set up a stream for too far out, something always happens. So apologies for that. But appreciate anybody who's watching this live on the playback. This won't actually be that long of a stream. Okay. So yeah, apologies. Hey, you said I'm the funniest dude you ever met. How? Funny how? What does that mean? I amuse you? Pause. No, but I appreciate you being here. Like I said, I'm still setting up. I'm tired. I am tired. You know. Burnout's real, man. Burnout is real. Burnout is just a thing. It shows Tetris Effect. I gotta at least change it to Spiral or something. I'm probably gonna stream Spiral first. We are gonna be doing more retro gaming in general. I'm not saying we'll play no new games. I say retro games. I may change it as I go. I don't know. Okay, so that's Twitch, and we're live on Twitch. And then let's get Kick, which is always the last one to go live. But let's pop up the chat so I can have everything in one chat. And I'm sorry, like I said, I'm tired, which is good, so I can actually get some sleep, because that's always a fucking challenge in these days. So where the hell? Okay. Okay. All right, let's get this going. Delete these. Alrighty. Sorry about being completely silent on the stream. You doing a New Vegas playthrough? 10 hours, 14 minutes, dope. And now it's still black. Pause. Here we go. Duck Station. You know, not Year of the Dragon. How do you refresh? No. Okay. Is this okay? It's working. I don't know what the hell. All right. All right. Let me get up the chat. Okay. Start a New Vegas playthrough. 10 hours, 14 minutes. You have all the DLC and you drop the link. Appreciate you being here, Real Wade, as opposed to Fake Wade. Hey, Cecilia. Sorry I'm late. Pause. I don't know what pause was for. I'm sure it was on. And yeah, we'll be playing. I always try to get to the thumbnail stuff, so we'll play Spyro and Fighting Force. Yes. And sorry I'm late. I don't know if anyone's still here. What is this? This is Spyro the Dragon. Something. I'm surprised you're not familiar with Spyro. This is a game from the PS1 era. I'm getting into Spyro. Okay, you do know Spyro. Cool. I haven't played this game in 20 years, 30, whatever. 98, so 26 years, 27 years. I'm tired. 20, is it 28? Yes, 28. I'm so fucking tired,
Okay,
bro.
rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it six? For a Dragon's Age. We now have 12,000
Never played
treasure,
it.
or is it 14,000?
It's fun.
What about this Ganasty Gnork character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature. Simple! He has been contained in a remote world and is no
Ratchet and
threat.
Clank is a great PlayStation
No
game.
threat! Besides,
Yeah, we're gonna be playing some more
ugly
older games.
does it?
A lot more.
Looks like I've got some things to do.
Yeah, I can. Adventure begins. Make sure it ain't RPG. Well, the only one I would do is Final Fantasy 7. I thought about Final Fantasy 8. But there's some there are RPGs I do want to play, like Suikoden. I'm not gonna play that on stream. Hey, listless. And I don't know why that was such a controversial thing. These streams are where, they're more about me talking and more about everything else. So it's just like, well, I mean, if y'all don't want that, I could play all sorts of stuff, and it's just like, if I'm not familiar with it, or, it's not an action game, it's gonna be tougher. But yeah, what's Suikoden? It's a RPG, a JRPG from back in the day, where you could, I forgot, what was it, like 100 characters or something like that, 105 characters.
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Golly, shout out to Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot, and just this era that launched the 3D platform collectathon. I mean, you still have what's the game? I never end up getting it, and I hopefully will get it. They made it for the PS5. Is it Astro or something? Oh God, it came out like 2 or 3 years ago, and there was a lot of people excited over it. Gosh, it's a recent 3D platformer. It came out for the PS5, and I can't think of it. I cannot think of the name. Oh man, the camera is auto. That's tough. So this is why they do like remaster games. The remastered version probably has better controls than this. Oh well. Because you forget the analog sticks, things like that were kind of new. Pokemon Snap. That was the one where you take pictures of Pokemon. If I remember, that's something I might be able to play. That seems chill enough. Though that's not a game I played a bunch. But I think that seems simple enough to play. So maybe. Take pictures, trigger. Yeah, maybe. And that is the era, PS1, 64. Like I might play GoldenEye, even though I'm not gonna be nowhere near as good as I once was. But it's not one I played a lot of as a kid, Pokemon Snap. Just this whole era of 3D platformers. Shout out. Really, it was Mario and Crash. I don't remember which came out first. I think Crash came out first. Between Mario and Crash Bandicoot. Mario 64. Obviously, Mario had been out before, but I'm talking about Mario 64. I think Crash Bandicoot beat it by like a year. Even though they're not quite the same, right? Took you till you finished the Elvira game back in the day. They truly made games so you won't be beating without thousands of hours of gameplay.
Then find a balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. There's Tinkerbell. You're safe. I'm gonna try not to save state. Try to use natural saves. That's as the developer intended, right? They didn't intend for this game to be played 28 years later on a computer and be emulated and stuff like that. Snow Bunny Pixie Dust. Stop this. Stop this slander. This is a pro BDH and associated. This is a pro people stream. Pro people. How about that? Staying positive. At least trying to. Today's been a challenge though. No doubt about that. Tiring. God, I'm just so tired.
Cool Flash.
BDH podcast. She's a minority fairy.
Boss is through a
Yeah, like
portal in the
if she was a
Dragon
minority,
But
which
you are
I
not
hate that
yet
term,
ready,
but you know what I mean. If she was a
First, you
different,
must complete one of
color.
the
I
other
don't.
arts
I
in
can't
the
really
lab.
tell. This is PS1 graphics. She could be anything, nationality wise. I don't know. But yeah, this is. I know you. You know you sit there. Just talked about how great Elvira is. We're not gonna slander white woman. We're done with the Caucasian woman slander on this podcast, on this stream. We slander at all women, obviously. Duh. Winning. It's never gonna be over. What's this guy? Like I said, I'm playing this blind too. I haven't like looked at playthroughs, so I'm playing this completely organic blind. She's down. Yeah, she is Donald Trump color. Yeah, I mean, I guess she could be blonde, but she could be anything. Bigot, orange lizard. Shout out to the lizard people. Shout out to the orange people. Let's see what's going on here. Donald Trump colored. Yo, Mike. Y'all not going anywhere. What the hell? Y'all gotta chill. And we're gonna be replaced. No, y'all won't. That sounds crazy. That's the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. Like, it's like hundreds and hundreds of millions of y'all over all these countries. That's not happening. Y'all scaring the shit out of yourselves. That's what's happening. Y'all are scaring the literal dog shit out of yourselves for no reason.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro.
And see, here
His
you
color
come with
indicates
the.
his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong.
The bullshit. No, we're not playing nothing. I'm playing games. I'm not. I'm barely awake. When I made this stream, I had a lot more energy. I was like up and I was ready to go. I'm saving all the time. And I thought, okay, I'll play some retro games. I've been on like this retro kick. Oh shit. I'm trying to get retro stuff. Nobody's taking out the whites. The whites need to stop taking themselves out. Shit. Y'all worry about everything. Y'all worry about everything except yourselves right now. Y'all need to chill. Ain't nobody going. How the hell you replace hundreds of millions of people? Like what the fuck? That sounds crazy. It literally sounds crazy. Shit. Look at me getting cut. Sound design. Just I think they should have never stopped making games like this, and they really didn't. Like I said, is it what the fuck is that thing? It's like an Astro something. Scared to pump. I'm not doing anything. I'm about sick of like I said, I'm starting. Y'all talk about fatigue. I'm starting to have Caucasian complaining fatigue. Just like, jeez. Talk about scared y'all pump gas at night. Go to a safe gas station. What the fuck? Like, shit. Don't go to a gas station that makes you scared to pump gas. The fuck? Have more gas to prevent this from happening. I don't know what to tell you. Astro Bot, thank you. I wanted to say Astro Boy, but like I know it's not Astro Boy. It's Astro something, and I forgot what the fuck it is. And I know it got really, really popular. Yeah, you go. Threaten to be killed for you and me both, motherfucker. The fuck? Shit. And no, like I said, I'm playing the game. Jesus, man. I know I try to play as many of y'all links. I like to play y'all links and shit. But honestly, right now, I just kind of just want to play and chill. You know, like on the casual streams, it's a little easier to play everybody's link and stuff. All I'm doing is talking, right? I don't feel like right now in this stream. I'm not saying I'll never during these streams I can never play links. I'm just saying right now, this instant, man, I just want to play the game. I just got off work. I'm stressed out at work. I just want to play the game and chill, bro. I'm being dead honest. Play the game till I can go to sleep.
When you free a dragon or step
And then
on
wake
one of
up
their
and do more work
saving your
and be
progress,
underappreciated
that
and
could be
underpaid.
useful if you run into trouble.
I
Not
do remember. Yo, I
you
forgot
have
about
to
that
run
till you
into
mentioned.
trouble.
Yo, so this chick, this happened like a year or two ago. I don't know when it was. Since I've been in Houston, I don't know what was going on. This chick wanted me to buy her like a cut water or some shit. I'd never met this shit, never seen her. I'm just getting like snacks or something. And I don't know. I don't know what the fuck her deal was. I don't know who she is. She fucking gets her fucking drinks and starts flipping me off. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you like. Leave me alone. And then I check out, and then when I leave, she's like still yelling at me and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It was snacks. I don't drink. The fuck? I'm fat, but I don't drink. You know, I don't want to say I'm trying to change that, but you know what I'm saying? So, you're talking about what else I'm doing? I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink. I'm in the gas station. I'm inside this thing. What else am I gonna be for? Doing. Fuck. So yeah, I don't know what that was weird though. She wanted me to. I remember it was cut water, but she wanted me. She like, could you buy this for me? Like, I don't like no. Like what? I just couldn't asking a stranger to buy something for me. And I don't know if it was like she's young and wanted me to buy it so she can get it, or she just was broke. I don't know either or. I know she ended up buying it. I'm just like, why are you, like, I don't know who you are. Why are you asking me for shit? Get out of my face. I didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, the fuck? You're the only one bringing up racial tension. Well, Richard was talking about snow bunnies. I can't say that. And I'm sorry to skip through the whatever these motherfuckers talking about. Talking about racial tension. Listen, if you're not in control of your algorithm, that's a personal issue. I think there's a lot of people. We got to learn to control our own algorithms. And control. I'm serious, man. Control your algorithm. I'm sick of dealing with the. Oh, this is return home. Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Whatever's going on in your algorithm. So control your own algorithm. Cut water is some like hell no. I'm not about to smash no fairies. The fuck. It's like a. I don't know what it is. It's like a Mike's Hard Lemonade type thing. I guess I've never had cut water. I know it's just like a popular alcoholic beverage that's gotten recently popular, but I don't know much about it. We don't control it. We got more control than we
Press
think.
the jump button twice to glide, and don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into
Do not.
prehistoric glaciers.
I think it's newer, and I appreciate you being here, Brandon Holland. Yeah, it's just honestly, all jokes aside, he's the one into goth, so it's a lot of goths. Though to be fair, we both like if I see a chick with a fat ass, I will send it to him. Like I sent that softball player just earlier. Like I will send shit like that. I'm not gonna lie. And then like to Zombie Man and Kai, I'll just send the crazy shit, especially Zombie Man, because he be sending like some of the most unhinged shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what's going on in Zombie's algo. The things people send show you kind of where they algo at, because like I don't know what the fuck super unhinged shit Zombie on, but it's shit I would never see on my own. His algo's totally unhinged. So no, do you control everything? No. Are they gonna still send you some bullshit? No. Yeah. But you got more control than you think, and you're gonna have to exercise that control, because a lot of people living a life that their algorithm is deciding, and they scaring the shit out of themselves. Like either scared the shit out of themselves or trolling the shit out of themselves, making themselves angry, you know. And I know it from experience. I know when I had more, and I'm not saying, okay, let me get a sentence out. All right. I had my little red pill, I don't want to say red pill phase, but there was a lot more red pill content on my algo. I'm not saying that there's none now, but there's significantly less. Because that's not what I'm on right now. I was, so it's just like I don't really care. And I wasn't always in agreement. That's how I even found out about shit like the Passport Bros. And I make fun of the shit, but there was a little bit more of it a few years ago. Now some of that maybe was on that, Andrew Tate, he blew up. That was kind of inorganic. You didn't have to look for Andrew Tate to see Andrew Tate. But I say all that to say, I made sure when I didn't want that shit on my algo, even if it came or inorganically or whatever, pause. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure I hit do not recommend or not interested or whatever I can on this enough, and you do that for long enough, and all of a sudden you see less of it. Algo's hard to beat into line. Sometimes it's tough. See, Cecilia Sinestro said her algo's belly dancing, food, and wrestling and fashion. That's nothing. If you you're not gonna see wrestling. I'm sure if y'all not interested in wrestling, y'all not seeing a bunch of wrestling on your shit. Mummy bitches can be hot. Your Passport Bros totally peak. But I found out about that whole phenomenon watching Red Pill content, so I'm not trying to act like I'm holding it out. I've never seen it and shit like that. I'm just trying to say after a while, I was like, okay, I'm over this shit. Just like I got over the everything's woke and so it sucks shit. I'm over. You get over it. Doesn't mean I totally agree or disagree. Yeah, there's a lot of bunch of woke bullshit. Yeah, it's still bullshit. Yeah, it is some sloppy females, but what the fuck? Like I'm just gonna hate women? Like I'm not gay. I like, what I'm saying? It's just like crazy. Andrew Wilson? Who's Andrew Wilson? He started getting AI recipes where it's fake. He was mad. The forefathers of the manosphere. I ain't gonna say I was a forefather, but I was there right as it started to get popular. Patrick Bet David. I know who he is. I don't know who Andrew Wilson is. You got schooled by Candace Owens. You gotta pack it up. I'm over that whole listen, I try to be one of these individuals if we're honest as fuck, but I'm over just the whole political / I don't know if philosophy is the right word. Man, these are just regular fucking humans, man. I don't really care what their opinions are on anything, to be 1,000%. They're just the commentator space where somebody has they just commentate on society. And I guess you can say, hey, well, hey, isn't that what the fuck you're doing here? Yeah, I guess. But like, it's a seriousness to it that shouldn't exist, especially considering how like goofy these people end up almost like, you know what I mean? Just the idea that somebody like Quartering was taken seriously, like you're like, what the fuck? Or Tim Pool, or think about some of the people that were taken seriously and thought of, yeah, we did the culture crime fighters. We fought our culture crimes in our days. We did it. You know what I mean? And I'm glad, I went through it, and I'm not throwing out everything I said. I mean, I don't remember everything I said because it was a lot of drinking, but you know what I mean? That's probably a lot I said I still would stand on. But just the whole idea of, because you know what it is with me right now? Life feels short as fuck. I don't know about anybody else. Life seems scary how short it is, man. And I just feel like, man, I don't want to waste time with bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I much rather play video games. My biggest regret in my life will be that I didn't play more video games. That I didn't spend almost all of my time, that free time, playing video games. And people may say, oh, that's not productive. Well, neither is complaining. Neither is doom scrolling. Neither is, you know what I mean, whatever the fuck.
Welcome to
the guy with
Square,
3 baby mamas that couldn't
Begin exploring by gliding to that
open
area
a
with
pickle
the
jar.
bow.
There's a real. I didn't
Use
see
the
that.
L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
Oh, so that's how you. So I had been. Oh, that's. Saw a short about a high school teacher in tear. Yeah, I saw that too. Now some people are saying, and I think that was based out of Houston. I think the dude was a Houston teacher. Some people are saying it's fake. I want to know what they mean by illiterate. Tears, yeah. You Americans are hilarious. I'm glad you're entertained. I'm glad you're entertained. I'm glad we haven't scared you off the channel. It's always cool when new people show up. So thank you for showing up on these streams. And as we try to grow, even though they're making it hard for YouTube creators to grow, they're making it more difficult. We're still going to be putting out content. I wish I had a better growth strategy. If I can find one that's not crazy and stupid, I'll do it. Like, I'm not just gonna do something. Like, I'm not gonna just watch somebody else's video and react to it unless I want to. Like, I've done that kind of EFAP and stuff before. But I want to know, like, okay, how are they illiterate? Like, illiterate to me means you cannot understand basic English. But we're in the internet age, so you're telling me there's people who, they get on websites and don't know what the fuck, like, they'll get on Instagram and outside the pictures, like, they don't know what's in the captions. It's all like fucking like that Batman episode where he's in a dream and he can't understand shit. You're telling me that's what these kids are seeing? I don't buy that. That seems extreme. Now, if you're telling me they can't comprehend certain concepts through reading, and I can buy reading comprehension issues. Yes, I can believe that. I can't believe inability to read at all, unless I am misunderstanding what the definition of illiterate is. If it's like, how people say they're blind, but that doesn't mean they can't see at all. It just means their sight is to a certain extent that they're functionally blind or legally blind. Like, is that what we're talking about? Because there can't be. And then it's like, okay, is spelling an issue? Is grammar? I can understand these being issues, right? There are certain things I can understand. I just can't comprehend. Wait. If I was typing all this out, you're telling me that these kids wouldn't understand what that says? Like that's, I do, and I remember Listless, you showed us the thing where they were talking about literacy, and they did break down how they were quantifying it. That I believe, but like you're telling me, this teacher, and listen, I don't even remember. Man, high school was 20 plus years ago. So I'm not gonna act like I remember what the fuck high school, English or language arts or literary or whatever assignment was like. So I don't know if I can complete one right now. So does that mean I'm illiterate because I couldn't complete the English assignment because it's been 20 years? Like I need to know what that means.
I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing.
Exactly. How can you make an account if you can't read or write and spell? That's if you can't write a sentence, that's illiterate. Then they can't write. Then the writing's the issue, not reading, right? Like I would agree because literacy is reading and writing. So to not be able to do one of those is sad, or either of those, one or either or both, is incredibly sad, right? But not being able to write and not being able to read are two different things. And it's constantly being said these kids cannot read. And that's where I'm like, wait, is that? Because listen, I remember, when you were like in first grade, there might be kids who struggling to read in first grade. And when they see Apple, they don't know what the fuck that is. Because they've been on Earth 6 years and they just got put in school. So I can understand that. That's what I think of as illiterate. Like, okay, you just see letters, you don't know what they mean. Like, you can't comprehend. Because I can't understand how in a world where people, Cecilia, matter of fact, was English your first language? I'm guessing not, right? You're from Italy. How did you learn English? It could have been through schools, but most people who learn English through the internet nowadays. They just learn it through either games, movies, internet training, all of the above. But yeah, when you're 18, you shouldn't be at that level. But that's what is that the level these people are really at? Because that's what I'm gathering. That's what is being sold. I really want to see what is, and maybe I need to look that up. Maybe that's the answer. Just Google it. What does illiterate mean? Like, what can't you? And I don't want to embarrass kids. Like, okay, I'm about to put a sentence out there. And I say that I've seen the it's like one of those like on the street interview type reels or memes or whatever the fuck, TikToks, whatever you want to call it. I'll say reels. I think reels is becoming the accepted word for it. But anyways, it'll be a guy and he'll have a sentence and he'll get people to try to read it and they can't read it. But it's not it's a very like
Did you see a man
overly, not overly complicated word. Like, you should be able to read it, but it is a little bit more advanced of a sentence. It's words that people probably know the answer to. But and see, this is your fourth language. You learn watching cartoons. So how the fuck are kids getting through 17 years of life, 18 years of life, and not able to read at all? How could that possibly be? So, WNBA sees testicles, they don't know what they mean. Oh, I saw that they haven't made a decision on whether they're going to accept men or not. I think they should. I think you're damned if you do, damned if you don't already, right? You got to think about ratings if you're the WNBA. You got to think about marketing. I know nobody wants to hear this shit. Nobody wants to be, and I mean this with no offense, a freak show. But you got to put asses in the seats. You tried with the Caitlin Clark thing. You even gave a kind of a ethno-political subtext to Caitlin Clark. It didn't work. Nobody cares, right? So, Enos freedom. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now that we start this conversation, now I gotta look at it. Hold on. What the hell? Where's my mouse? Oh, my mouse is fucking dead. Cause it's my mouse. All right. Cause now that this conversation's gotten out of control, now I gotta But yeah, that doesn't make sense. One question and want more information. No one's giving out details. The root of the word means to write. Fair enough. Cecilia said, to be fair, we get scammed visiting Egypt and harassed. One of the worst places to visit as a foreigner. I've never been. So does every other country to every other foreigner. Fair enough. Shout out to Egypt. I'm not sure if they can read it either. That's the thing. How can you not read? This is my question. This is where it comes down. If everybody texts all the time, I can't speak. Text all the time, get on the internet. How can they not read? I can understand having a lower level of reading comprehension, but I need to see what do you mean by can't read. Like if you go to McDonald's, you don't know what that says. You just know the arch, and so you kind of go along, but you can't read McDonald's. You don't know why we are saying that word because when you see those letters, it means nothing. Is that what you're telling me? Don't want to talk about. Yeah, what classes? I need to see this. I need to see, and I hate to say it. Maybe that's something to Google. I need to look on and like, okay, what the fuck do you mean when you say you cannot read? What does that mean? I need an explanation. And yeah, when you're 6. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're telling me there's people who are on the earth right now in 2026 in the English-speaking world who were born in an English-speaking country and always lived here and have gone on earth really over 12 years, 12 or more, and they could not read these words. They could not read the sentence when you are 6 sure, not when you are 18, though. They would not be able to understand that. Is that what I'm being told? Because I don't know if I believe that. Unless you're telling me this person has a severe mental handicap. I don't see how in this society, or if they're feral, like they've been living with no phone. But in the everyone has a smartphone. One of the few advantages, because there's plenty of disadvantages to that, should be a base level of basic literacy. It may not be crazy. It may be a lot of LOLs and shit or whatever the fuck, but there should be a base level of literacy because everyone is using text as a written word and text via digital means as a primary communication. It is the biggest form of communication there is between emails, messages, text messages, messages on the platform, Messenger, whatever the fuck, WhatsApp, whatever the fuck people are using. Most people are communicating primarily through text. So how can in a world you get along? Like, how can you not? I just don't understand. And maybe I need to, I don't know. And am I crazy for asking these questions? Again, it's Cecilia Sinestro's 4th language. And she is reading and writing, assuming she, because we don't want to assume gender, but she's reading and writing at as basic or at a adult level, or sort of adult, right? When I was in high school, they had to cancel the entire math class. They made it fully online with no teacher. That's what the state wanted. Over 200 students failed when you had a teacher. That's crazy. Oh, when you had a teacher, you all passed. That's still crazy. Oh, maybe I should. I might stream Def Jam Fight for New York. It's a classic game. So I would say literacy refers to reading, writing, and comprehension, the whole thing. I would too. But they're not saying these kids have literacy and comprehend. I can believe writing and comprehension. I can absolutely believe that. No doubt. I wouldn't even question it. I can absolutely believe that. And that's still an issue. That's still a major issue. That's still very scary. That's still a major literacy issue. But there's no way they can't read. There's no way. Yeah. That's crazy. See, now if this is what if we're at this, then that's nuts too. I will not lie. If you say right now what the weather is, and you can't say the weather is cold, or you write it's sunny and the breeze, there's a bit of a breeze they can't comprehend, that is crazy. That is crazy. Then I would be crying too if I was a teacher. If I had a student who was 16 years old and had no development disorder, and I said to write down the weather and they couldn't do it, I would cry too. I would say, wow, that's fucked up. I would quit my job. I would quit my job. I would DoorDash, which I might do anyway, but I couldn't do that. That would just be too much. I don't know if this is a joke or serious. I don't know which part. The part joking, there was a joke about your gender because the WNBA. If you don't understand the reference that Brandon Holland was talking about, there are male players who are trying to be in the WNBA, and the WNBA has to make a decision on whether or not they're going to let them in because these men claim to identify as women, and so that was a reference to that joke. I'm still, yes, I'm a girl. I'm not a blue hair. We don't all have blue hair. Don't stereotype my people. And at my people, I mean America. But that's when I understood they can't do that at 17. Now, I would cry. I'm not going to lie. If they can't read. You know what? I know I said I wasn't going to play links, but this conversation is taking over, so we will look up this link. Sorry, I know you want me to play a song. Nah, it's my stream. So let me see. Let me see if I can fuck it. This is what it's supposed to be about retro games. See, this is why when you have an easier game, conversation goes. Because now I can just talk and play Spyro and to the point where I'm trying to look up a damn reel. About this teacher crying over literacy. Let's see if we can find it. Okay. He said they couldn't write 4 words. Wow. So hold on, this is crazy. This is the video that we're talking about. And it's muted because YouTube.
It is, 11.
Let's refresh it.
So I am on my lunch break. It is, 11:30 or something like that. And I just finished a 3-hour class. We have what's called block, and block is where first and second periods are combined for subjects that need it. And so I literally broke down in the middle of class because I'm teaching seniors. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, hopefully, after they finish. We had 2 paragraphs to read, 1 sentence complete to write. I gave them the sentence stems. I basically completed the sentence for them in the model. These are 17 and 18-year-old kids, and they couldn't fill in 4 words. 4 words. I gave them the scenario. We annotated together. I gave them the answers before we even had the problem. And they couldn't do it. I don't know. I simply don't know where the problem is. This is only day 2. And I have seniors who simply cannot read and seniors who cannot write. They cannot write. They can reason. They have the ability to defend their reasoning. if it's talking to their homeboy, but applying that to a written text, 2 paragraphs, and they couldn't do it. Our young black men, our young brown men, our young black girls, and our young brown girls oh God.
So that's,
I am on
if
my...
honestly, if that story is true, I would have cried too. He said they had to read 2 paragraphs and write a sentence on those paragraphs, and they couldn't get 4 words together. I'm tempted to believe a Jet Alpha 2. I can't believe. Yeah, I noticed that too. They do all sorts of shit with these schools. The periods being longer, pause. I just can't. If that's true, 4 words is crazy. If that's true, how could that possibly be in this world? Because maybe I am too. I don't know how that's possible. I'm not trying to disparage what the brother said. I feel for him. If I was a teacher, and it's funny, they keep sending sounds not as good. They send you like things on Texas. Be a teacher in Texas. They're trying to get more teachers and shit like that for Texas. Get a teacher certification, which I would never do. I would never want to teach. So as much as I'm talking, I don't want to be critical. Well, sometimes I'm critical to educators because a lot of them are full of shit. I just don't see how that's possible. That's simply what I'm saying. How could that possibly be? We're beyond doom. That's why I think like I need to see this. I need to see it in action. I need to be there. That was a Houston school allegedly. I could do more research. This is supposed to be about fucking Spiral the Dragon and Fighting Force, right? I do struggle to buy that. I do struggle to believe that that's possible in this day and age with all the, again, text-based communication, that these kids could not read a paragraph and write a sentence on it after being on Earth, or 2 paragraphs and write a sentence after being on Earth 16 and 17 years. I don't believe that's possible in this day and age. No, because it's a viral thing. We talk, and I know I didn't let what's his name derail, but I mean I can't be perfect all the time and not sensible. It just seems so implausible because what you would have to be telling me, this wasn't a single student. This was a class. And I know there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of struggle. I don't believe there are 30 teenagers in America. I believe we for all the struggles, all the issues in America, there's the quality of life is so that it would be difficult to have 30 teenagers who do not have cell phones and have not had cell phones for multiple years. Even in the poorest of the poor. I find it difficult to believe that. Because if they have a cell phone, how can they not read? Right? It does, yeah, but you're right. It does keep coming up. So I do think there's something to it. I can believe there is a huge issue with reading comprehension, reading complex things, and even writing. How many people text? You're telling me that these kids presumably are texting all day and all night, and then when they get in class, they can't write? I mean, again, I could just be naive, but I kind of need some more evidence, man. I don't know. I think it's BS. In the same way, do you remember when this is a politician saying black kids don't have the internet, and you know what I mean? People started to make fun of it, like they didn't understand laptops. It sounded crazy. It sounded like, what the fuck? But black kids are so poor they can't afford basic stuff. And listen, I was old enough to remember when that was actually true. I was too poor in 99, 2000, 2001, maybe 2002. I forgot when we finally got a computer, probably 03. I was too poor before then because computers were too expensive. And then the price got to a point, and hey, desktop computers are about to be that expensive relatively again because, and they already are because of the RAM and GPU and storage and all that crisis. But because of cell phones and there's so many used, you can get a cell phone, you can get a smartphone for $50 on eBay.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you
right?
escaped those annoying little creatures.
So you don't need an expensive phone. Yeah, I'm sure everybody don't got the iPhone.
Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
And you know what? If they were sixth graders, I would believe it. But high school seniors? But it does keep coming up. I'm gonna have to, maybe that's a video to make. And just to say, okay, I keep hearing about this literacy crisis. I need to see it for myself. I get that. Listless, there's a separation between formal writing and talking to friends or reading, but the separation is not so far that a high school senior cannot take a paragraph and not put 4 words together, his exact words, for a sentence about it. Or what was the paragraph? Now, if this is medical information, right? I think most people would struggle to write 4 words if you had 2 paragraphs of dense medical information, or like, oh shit, I'm getting whooped on. Or like legalese or some shit. Certain things are, oh fuck, way more complicated to try to, damn, how do you dodge this fucking guy? We don't know exactly. So unless, the only way I could say is if I would have to see the paragraphs to believe it. And then maybe, you know, and listen, I do believe there's probably something with complex instructions and stuff like that. But, you know, I make mistakes at work. It's not because I can't read. I may misread something or skip over. That happens. That doesn't mean I can't read, right? So, like, I need an example. Yeah, it's cold outside. Like, if you can't say that, but, you know, even his example, and maybe that is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect. And, sheesh. And the literacy is such that there are kids that cannot complete a sentence, but I'm missing something. There's part of this I'm missing. I don't know what it is. You said that you wanted all classes online for math with no teacher and everyone failed, and when you had a teacher, everyone passed. I see. So wasn't they giving these students, not like certain groups don't pay? I don't know. I would also like to know, okay, what are these kids being asked to do? Just even that, I can't imagine. I just can't imagine if that's what he said.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
Even if we do ask, they can give us an empty coloring book and say that's it. I don't know. Yeah, same. You had to write a book, read a book, write like a 2-page essay or a 5-paragraph essay or all these different format essays, 7-paragraph essay, whatever it was. And even that was considered supposed to be somewhat simple. It just, I don't know. I'm just a guy. Just a guy on Earth. We're gonna switch games to play some Fighting Force. Save. She used to read in class, so yeah, that's okay. Like, I'm thinking of y'all ever see Shannon Sharp story about when he was in class making fun of the kid that couldn't read? And even that kid sounded like he had like a stuttering or some disability. Like, it sounded like Johnny can't read. He was like, sound it out. Like, it sounded like Johnny can't read. Yeah, basic essay is 5 paragraphs. So it's like, you know, the first is the intro. I was thinking about this even for the album. Once you got an intro and outro, that's 2 tracks. So it's like, damn, we're already halfway done with this bitch just with the intro and outro. Not really, but you know, should I? Hold on, let me see something. Let's see how this looks on this thing. Save. Okay, so it doesn't show this. Okay, cool. Let's do Fighting Force. But it's an interesting thing, and in the span of 3 years, people can't form a sentence. That's crazy. And so yeah, it's been 3 years since you graduated. You telling me it's changed? I don't know. I don't necessarily buy it. There's something missing. There's something I'm missing in this story. And so, I mean, you know, these games did have story. You know, the PS1 era is the start of real story-based games like Final Fantasy and Metal Gear Solid and the like, but I'm just skimming through. First grade, I was confused on the spelling of the word phonics. This was the cover book. Hey, small time. First grade, sure. 12th grade? You know what I mean? First grade, yeah. First grade, a lot of shit. First 6 years, a lot of shit, man. I haven't played this in a while. Play Smasher. He's all on steroids. Yeah, we're being told that people cannot read a book from front to back and write their thoughts on it, and I don't believe that. Now, I can believe they do so poorly and get an F, right? But we're talking about not being able to complete the shit on a basic level. I can believe someone writes a shitty essay. I can believe somebody has struggles with comprehension, but I can't believe what that guy was crying about. And if it is, it is worthy of tears. That you're telling me this group, I can see that. I can see kids not caring. But that's not what was said. That was the world is about to end. It's the ultimate grift. Well, I don't think that's a bazooka. him talking about race made it more suspicious, even though he's a teacher. There's a listen, racial grifting is an old thing. If you notice, he got mad at we talked about. He said the black and brown kids. When we talked about those brown women, he was upset. Shout out to the big booty Latinos. That made me show. Okay, it probably is Houston. I don't know. Do I go? I don't know where. I also don't know where to go. I haven't played this game in years, and we never. There you go. Never owned this game. I only played it on what you call it? Like we Punk. Shout out to CM Punk. We only rented this game a couple times, but I never beat it. Fucking the controls up. Yeah, I can't believe the generation. I can't buy it. I just don't. That you're telling me that Zoomers, no, not Zoomers, because Zoomers are out of school, right? Alpha, and all they do is spend. They've had iPads in their hands since they were born, and you're telling me they can't read? How did that happen? Again, we're talking basic shit. Not, okay, you write a shitty, I can believe it's a bunch of kids shitty at writing with mistakes and yeah, there's probably, I can believe you got to fail a whole class because they're so bad at what. Okay, I can buy that. I can buy that. But you said, talking about the guy, that they couldn't read 2 paragraphs and string a complete sentence about it. Couldn't even string 4 words together. Was his word. And that I don't know. That sounds impossible. In a world where they got the burners. In a world where these kids have been watching, or using an iPad their entire lives. Yeah, alphas. Zoomers have their own issues. The alphas are scary. That's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. It's like, that's just tough to believe. That they couldn't read 2 paragraphs and write a complete sentence about those 2 paragraphs. That just sounds beyond tough to believe. At 17, if not okay, they're first graders themselves or whatever. I want to shoot people. Say she's like an emotional sucker. I don't know. Like I said, if that was true and I had witnessed that, I would cry as a teacher. I'll grant you that. Yeah, 6-year-old, something like that. If you told me this was happening, middle school, I wouldn't even believe it. But that would still, okay, if maybe the 6th grade, and that would still be alarming. That's still hard to believe because, again, Gen Alpha, their entire lives, the iPad has existed. Their entire lives, smartphones have existed. Their entire lives. That's not the same for Zoomers, right? Zoomers, born in 2005, 2004, some shit, 2007, even 2008. The smartphone is now existed, but now we're getting close to that Z Alpha shit. You're talking about 2011? If you were born in 2011 and you're 15 now, you know what I mean? Your whole life, fucking social media existed. Did Instagram come out in 2011, 2012, whichever year? Just your whole life, all this stuff has existed. Shout out to Pop being the fucking health. So yeah, you had VHS. Zoomers are similar to millennials, where you saw all this technology exist, and it doesn't anymore. Like you said, you have VHS. I have VHS, right? I saw VHS go into DVD, go into Blu-ray, go into streaming, right? So, and yeah, some Zoomers would have seen that too, because I remember even in the early 2000s, we were still playing cassettes. Like in the car, if your car some people couldn't afford a CD player, so we would still play cassettes in some people's cars, right? In the early 2000s, I mean, really shit. If you was broke enough, I mean, I didn't. Or you would get the little tape thing so you could plug in your CD player. You know what I mean? Similar to now we got the aux cord, but. Also grenade shit. Had a Walkman, yeah. Wish you could just kick Pop out of a vending machine. Oh shit. That did a lot of damage. Are there supposed to be enemies? Yeah, like, I don't know. If your whole life smartphones existed and you've had access to a smartphone and iPads, like, it's hard to believe you can't read at a basic, that you can't do what he was instructed. Yeah, the enemy that maybe was the pop machine. When in doubt in this game, destroy shit. Just kick shit. Let's see. Oh, I can't go back. Man. Shoot people. Make sure you shoot people. Maybe I'm wrong and people are just stupider than I think. I don't know. I don't know. I remember when the millennials, everyone talks shit about us. So I'm a little less. I don't want to just be. And millennials started to get it from. Oh, we got a 12 game. Get it from both sides. Pause. Where Zoomers are starting to blame us for shit that we didn't do. We're still getting shit from the boomers, and damn, we're getting shit from the Zoomers. Boomers think we're the Zoomers, Zoomers think we're the boomers. So, because we're getting old, right? So we're not like in our 40s, but they don't realize it's like, yo, we didn't have, you know what I mean? We've never got an opportunity, bro. Because even when things were a little cheaper, they were less available. Like, so when rent was like $600 a month, it was tough to make $20 an hour. It was damn near impossible to work a normal job and make you fit. I was making 13 up until like what 2015, 16, something like that. And then only then it was like 20. When I think in 2016 I moved up to like 20 or something like that. And I don't. Maybe I might be short, but it might be like 18 or 19 or something. I can't remember. But like, we didn't have like decades of good economy. We had like a couple of years in the 90s when we were kids, and then a couple years before the pandemic. That was as good as the economy had ever gotten right before the pandemic, and it'll never be that good. Well, I don't want to say that because I didn't know what would happen after 08. We're just in this nightmare scenario right now. And it was cheap to live. When you cheap to live, wasn't fancy, but you could eat. Not now, yeah. So this is crazy now. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they ain't paid nothing for their first home. Oh shit, I'm about to get whooped. Stop kicking. Fuck CM Punk. The houses were so much cheaper. That's nothing. Housing prices, like, they've always felt out of reach. I don't know how I was able to get a house. Shout out to my realtor. I don't know how I was able to get a house. Honestly, I do know. The housing market is starting to relax a little bit. Because people can't buy houses. And some new builds came down on price. And I just happened to shop at the right time for that to happen. How are they respawning in the elevator? I don't know. This is because it's a 90s video game. They didn't think we would think about it. The Don't Be Your Parents commercials by Progressive are accurate. Yeah, in some ways you become your parents. Even my mom didn't play video games in her 30s. So I don't know. I did like the one where they talked about well we need to have a game plan. And then when it was talk, I forgot what the fuck he was doing, but make sure we have a game. Oh, I just gotta clap that. Shit. Pause. Clapping used to mean shot with a gun. And then it became clapping cheeks and shit. You can't go to gun. That are scared. Cars drop kicked you in real life. pretty fun game. I don't know. I'm trying to be positive. The world's so jacked up. I might as well be positive because we got somehow get through this shit. And I guess if I am learning anything about, oh shit, if there's anything to learn or to understand about positivity, as far as I'm trying to understand, it's not some weird. There is a lot of weird, toxic positivity when you don't, and they're like weird. They don't acknowledge reality and shit. That's not to me what positivity is. It's sorry if I'm ranting and saying the same thing over, but it's really about having enough belief in yourself that whatever the situation arises, I'm getting work. You'll be able to overcome it. That's what my thought about life is. And that things will work out. It doesn't mean when things don't work out, you just give up. It's like, okay, I believe that I'm gonna have answers for these challenges. Whatever challenges I come across, I got answers for. So there's no challenge worth putting too much work. Does that mean I don't have any worries? Shit, no. Or I don't get stressed out. And I'm still learning, but it's like, I wish I'd been more positive throughout my life. My two regrets: not playing more video games, not being more positive. Because I was really negative most of my life. It didn't really give me much, you know what I'm saying? There's no bonus points for being negative. So it's just like, you might as well hope you get it, think you can figure it out, and then maybe you will, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Comics helps you believe yourself more ever since 2015. Hasn't hit the same. A lot of entertainment hasn't been the same in a long time. I don't know what cutoff period. Certainly by the pandemic, it was a wrap. Cause I whoop on half-naked hoes with claws. Oh my god. Nothing you can do. Stop. Damn, this game over just like that. No extra lives, nothing. Damn. That's crazy. These old games. Brutal. No extra lives, no continues, nothing. Just, oh, you dead? Peace out, bro. Fucking nuts. Shit, yeah, we gonna call this a stream then. Fuck this. I don't know if we call it a stream, but I done hit my tire mark. Okay, we done gone over an hour. Well over an hour, 18 minutes. Okay, this has been a cool stream. We tried to solve the literacy crisis. I didn't mean to go back into this. I don't want to fuck it up. We tried to solve the literacy crisis. It was a fun stream. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and call it a night. I will stream Sunday, and I appreciate you guys riding with me. Oh, Wolverine Snicket, no! I'm leaving. I appreciate you being here. That game didn't give me no save point, nothing. That came from the arcade era. The arcade era, the idea was make the game difficult so they can use more coins. And some of that those design principles carried on even when you had memory cards and the ability to save. So, but hey, Wolverine, appreciate you being here. Speaking of, before we get out of here, what do you think about the new Wolverine game that's coming out in a few months? I guess some people are upset with it. I don't know what the issue is. It looks fine to me, but some people are, I guess, upset. I guess there's, it's gonna be woke. I don't know if it is gonna be woke. I haven't done a ton of research, but I just saw that some people were upset. They said that he looked. I guess the only thing I really saw, they said that they didn't like his design, and I'm like, I don't really hate Wolverine's design in this game. But what are your thoughts on the new Wolverine game? If you're still here, what the hell? Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We will be playing more retro games. I'm in a kind of a retro kick. And yeah, so what's different about? I don't know. Let me see. Before we get out of here, let's see. Let's see if I can find some of it. Wolverine PS5. I think it comes out pretty quick. Like I want to say it comes out in September. It's already. It's already August, right? So, hold on. Sorry to make everything slow in the crawl. Yeah, to me, it looks the same. I don't see what the issue is. So I was asking. Now, if there's issues with frame rate, issues with optimization, issues with glitches, that stuff, that's something to be mad at. But, let's look at, what's this? Logan, it's me. Story trailer. I'll shut up.
You came back. I've seen things from before.
Humans and mutants can't survive together.
I've tried to keep them safe for so long.
Fucking trash.
Inside, now!
I thought you were back. We were back.
We're gonna build a future for mutants. That is why you belong here.
Tear the beast. The hunt is ready.
Most people I see clearly, but you.
Just give in!
Remember who you are.
Okay,
Can't let a man rest in peace, can you?
I don't see September 15th, so that's coming out quick. I didn't see no major issue. Did I miss something? I don't see a major issue. I don't know if I'm missing something. Y'all tell me if I'm missing something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I would have to do more research. I'm not going to do this on stream. So in any event, yeah, he looks the same to me. I don't know what's different.
Logan, it's me. Wait.
Now, I will look at here's some controversy. The real controversy is Sony. Now, what people are upset about, they're still upset about this disc, this physical media. It said, Wolverine, your disc shall make a fine addition to my collection. Sitting in bed with my disc like Wolverine, hold that picture, the animated series. Play has limits. So can't wait to buy my physical copy. So that's the only thing. I don't see any backlash for Wolverine. I see a backlash for some. And yeah, I did hear that, Fizz, that the X-Men don't exist and it looks like are being formed just by that trailer. They don't exist yet, though there are some connections. Like he already knows who Gene is. It looks fine to me. It look, pause, but it looks fine. I don't see no issues. Now I get people are mad about the physical media thing, and I find this weird. We've had 15 years to say something about them getting rid of physical media, and we haven't. And now they're finally doing it. Now everyone's mad. And again, I love physical media. I think everyone should get into physical media of some sort. If you can't own the physical disc copy of everything, you can buy a hard drive. They're still expensive, but they're obtainable. And you can load up that hard drive with a lot of material. And there's something to be said about that form of it's not quite physical media in the traditional sense, but that's a way of doing. And where do you get the material from? I'll leave that up to you. I'll just say if buying isn't owning, hopefully you know the rest. So some form of physical. That's why I'm even getting into emulation with games, which I've been in, for 10 years, 15 years, however long emulator's been around. But I'm just like really getting into it just because it's like I want to play video games. I want to play different video games. I don't always want to play Steam games, and so I'm going back to the classics. I don't see the issue with this Wolverine game. I do see everybody's mad at physical media and Sony. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know why people were. And maybe I'm making it up. It just said some people said they had an issue with his design. I think he looks okay to me. So in any event, no, I'm not a fan, although I don't like dudes. But I did like that trailer. I might buy it. Talking about buy it. We'll see. Like I said, there's so many games I want to get before this, and I'm going on to older games first. So in any event, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. Yeah, called it. I might buy it. I don't know if I'll buy it day one at full price, though. But winter, maybe. Like when they start doing like this game will probably be $40 on Black Friday, right? So when it's $30-$40 on Black Friday, yeah, I might grab it. Or I could wait till they I don't know when they'll probably flash it to the PC. I could wait for them. I don't know. But I'm getting out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.